Good morning. Welcome to the Hospitality Hotline Corona version. We're here for it. It's 10 o'clock on Thursday. I hope you're tuning in live. If you're watching this after the fact, welcome. Okay. Here's what's happening today. First of all, I have like a little bit of a allergy related cough, and I just want to acknowledge it's not what you think it is. I'm fine. It's just an unfortunate time to have allergies. So excuse me as I kind of have coffee throat. But the other day, we were sitting around here at work at Hurley House talking about our lives and checking in with each other. And we got on the topic of the lack of routine in our life right now. And we started commiserating, we started connecting with each other, we started talking about what we needed, and I decided this is a topic to cover on the hotline because I think we are all feeling this to some degree. So today, we're gonna have a conversation about routines, and I am 100% coming at this from where I am, and I'm making a few assumptions about where you are, and if it's not where you are, great. I'm so happy for you. But I have talked to enough people who are struggling with this topic in their life right now that I think it's very relevant. So I want to talk about it. And the question that I'm asking is, are you currently having trouble finding a sense of routine in your life right now? Now, while I'm going to address this based on where we are contextually as it relates to the pandemic, I want you to know that what we're going to talk about today can apply anytime. Anytime. It can apply during the times of life which are very predictable and very mundane, and it for sure applies not only to the current state of stress that we find ourselves in, but years from now, if you find yourself in another state of unexpected stress or strain, or something unusual is happening in your life, what we're going to talk about will also apply then. The thing that I'm thinking of, I remember feeling the way I'm feeling now back when, like around the time when I would have a baby, and everything that was quote unquote normal just felt completely turned upside down. I didn't have a sense of routine. I was dealing with some hard emotions, and it was just wobbly. It was just very wobbly. Well, what I'm going to talk about today as it relates to routines would apply to coronavirus, or it would apply to other stressful seasons. So let me tell you where I am. I am having a really hard time finding a sense of routine in my life right now. And the reason why is because everything that I normally hang my routines on is non-existent. For example, I usually have this mental switch of starting my work day when I leave the house to take my children to school, and then another section of my day starts when I pick my children up from school. And then there are certain things that happen in my job as it relates to our traffic patterns of people that come in and out of the bakery. Those types of things don't exist. A lot of my nighttime routine was built around my children's bedtime. It's flexible. A lot of my morning routine was built around, we got to get up and get people ready for school. Non-existent. They're just these things and expectations that we normally hang our sense of routine on, and for me, those are gone. So some people have the innate ability to just create routine when nothing is there to require them to show up, and I'm not one of those people. I do thrive in routine, and I do create routines for myself. It's been a part of my life for a long time. But it's almost like I have to have an outside expectation or an outside requirement or pressure or something in order for me to snap to attention and show up the way I need to show up. And when those disappear, believe it or not, I kind of become a blob. Like, I will do the least amount possible to get through the day. Currently, one of the only things that is keeping me on some sense of like showing up in special ways is the fact that my job happens to still be one of the places of employment that's open. We are an essential business. We provide food. And so I have to come to work, and that provides a little bit of structure. But outside of that, nothing is going right. So I'm going to be transparent with you today, and I'm going to walk you through a process, and I'm going to walk you through my answers to these questions to model for you what I hope will be a helpful tool. If you're watching this live, when this is over, give us about 30 minutes. We're going to get this up on the blog so that you can download it. But we have put together a routine builder for you to print out, download, and put into practice. It's going to be available on the blog post. So again, if you're watching this live, the blog post does not exist yet. Give us about 30 minutes when we're done. But if you're watching this after the fact, you can go to katherinesasser.com and look for today's hotline, and there is a little clickable link where you can download the routine builder. So let me just tell you what you're going to get when you download this, and it's real easy. It's just a PDF. You click on it, and that's it. This is free. This is not a big deal. There's a chart that looks like this called the routine builder, and I'll walk us through that. There's a sheet, a little worksheet with some blanks called how to use the routine builder. And then there's a third sheet with a couple of helpful pointers. We'll talk about these before we get going. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk us through the sheet that says how to use the routine builder. It's 10 little steps, 10 short steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 of them have blanks for you to write in some answers. And this is a tool. This is how I build routine in my life, and it's currently how I'm working on my routine in my life right now. So step 1 says, embrace the gentle. Embrace the gentle. Before you dive in, and before you overcommit, and before you set unrealistic, unattainable goals and standards for yourself, I want you to embrace the gentle. I want you to drink in a little bit of the rest that this season is providing for you. And I want you to remember above all to be kind to yourself. Kind to yourself, okay? This is not the time to be shameful to yourself. It's not the time for negative self-talk. It's not the time to think unrealistically about what it is that you can accomplish. So that is step 1. Embrace the gentle. Okay, step 2, and here's where the work starts. I want you to answer the question, what is needed from me by others? So this is looking on all the external requirements of what other people need from you on a pretty routine basis. Your answers are going to look like, if you had to title the different roles that you have in your life, the different hats that you wear, that's what the answers to this question are going to be. It's your scope of responsibility. So I'm gonna tell you mine, yours are gonna look different, okay? So, or some of them are gonna be the same, but some of them are gonna be different. But these are my answers to the question, what is needed of me by others? Answer number 1 is, I am a human, and I am responsible for taking care of my human self, okay? We all share that. That should be answer number 1, you're a human. Responsibility number 2, I'm a business owner and an employer. So I have a business to run, and I have employees that are looking to me within the scope of my business. Answer 3, I'm a mother. So I have children for whom I am responsible and who are looking to me. I am a wife. So I have a husband with whom I'm in relationship with, and I need to show up as a wife. Number 5, I'm part of our household management team, which covers a lot of things. Covers meal planning and laundry and grocery shopping and all the things that you do to keep your household running. I am a friend. So those are my 6 scopes of responsibility, and those are my 6 answers to question number 2 on the routine builder. Those 6 roles and responsibilities dictate what other people, including myself, need from me. Now, you may have things and answers on your list. For example, you might be a teacher. You could put caretaker. You could put, you're a neighbor, you're an employee. There may be other roles and responsibilities that you have that you need to consider, but I just told you my 6. And for sure, the first answer in that blank needs to be the fact that you are a human and you need to take care of yourself as a human. The rest of them, you may or may not be a mom. You may or may not be a wife. You may or may not be an employer. Ours are gonna look different, but that's the answer to number 2 for me. Okay, and I wrote it in right here, question 2. Question 3 says, what do you need? Okay, I want big, deep breaths. I want you to give yourself space to answer this question because no one else can answer this for you. But block every other role and responsibility out of your life, all those answers I just gave you. What do you need in order to function? Not to be like the dreamy, top tier version of what you hope to become one day. I'm talking about day to day. For you to function and thrive, what do you need? If you struggle to answer this question, this is good work. Sometimes we've never stopped to ask ourselves what we need. I'm going to tell you the answer. These are my answers for me. I'm not you, you're not me. These are going to look a little different. But here are the things that I need on a regular basis. I need some sense of physical health, strength, vitality. I need to physically be able to show up in all the different places I have to show up. Okay, we'll come back to that. But I need to be physically solvent. I need to be vital. I need connection to others. Maybe you don't, but I'm guessing we all need a sense of connection to others. Isolation is not good for our heart and soul and mind. I need connection to others. I need time to myself. I'm an introvert. I love connecting with other people. I love showing up for other people. The way that I pour it back in to be able to do that as an introvert is I need time alone. I need it. Every day I need to be by myself. I currently, and this is a new development of something I need, this was not on my list 2 weeks ago, I am finding that I need a pocket of time when I get home from work to unwind. My work right now is physically and emotionally and mentally straining. It's just a lot of stress. And if I hop home and try to slide into all these other roles and routines, I'm not good for it. I'm not good for my kids. I'm not good for my husband. It's not good for me to show up in that state. I'm taking 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going straight to my room. I'm shutting the door, and I am breathing deeply and being quiet and unwinding like a spring. Like I just need to unwind so that I can show back up at the dinner table and not bite anyone's head off. But I need time to unwind. I need opportunities to be creative. I'm a creative person, and to take that away zaps me and it affects everything. So I need opportunities to be creative. I need to process my feelings on a daily basis. I have a lot of feelings, lots of them, like so many feelings. And if I don't take the time to process them, they back up and then I'm a mess, and that's not good for anybody. I need to have a sense of meaning and purpose in my work. And number 7, last answer for me, I need to be mindful of doing things that contribute to a sense of positive mental health. What I mean when I say that, I don't mean that to sound like I'm talking in code. I struggle with anxiety. I, in the past, have struggled with depression, and it is very important for me to do things to intentionally stave off those mental health things. And maybe you're starting to feel this creep up. It takes 2 seconds for the anxious thoughts to show up and just make my heart start pounding and make my thoughts start spinning. And I need to do things that help me achieve positive mental health. Now, those are the things I need. What do you need? What do you need? Maybe some of our answers are the same, but you're gonna write down what you need in blank number 3 on our routine builder. This is gonna be so helpful for you. After you've answered what do you need, you're gonna look at question number 4, and this is where it gets real exciting. For every need and responsibility. So question 2 was, the roles that you play. Question 3 was what do you need? You're gonna start listing tasks that allow you to do the responsibilities that are required of others and to give yourself the things you need. Does that make sense? So question 2 and 3 were kind of like feelings, roles, responsibilities. Question 4 are actions. So if you need to allow yourself to be well rested, then the answer to question 4 is I need 8 hours of sleep. That's the action, which means I need to go to bed at whatever time, okay? So question 2 and 3 are kind of feelings-based responsibility things, and question 4 is then how can we take action to get those things, okay? Let me tell you what mine are. So in question 3, under what I needed, do you remember that I said I needed to be physically solvent and vital and able to show up? Okay, what does that mean? What are the actions I take to make that possible? I go to bed and get 8 hours of sleep. That's the action. Go to bed and get 8 hours of sleep. I need to drink a lot of water. When I don't drink water, I feel thirsty, I get a headache, I feel sluggish. I need to drink a lot of water throughout the day. I need nutrition. And by nutrition, I'm not going to get prescriptive about specific diets or specific food groups or any of that. I need to eat foods that give me energy. I know what they are, and so do you. I know what they're not. I'm not going to put a burden on myself right now to expect that I'm going to be picky and hyper aware of certain things. But let me tell you, there are choices I can make throughout the day. When I'm hungry, I grab almonds. When I am thinking about breakfast, I don't even think about it, I just make the smoothie. When I'm at work eating lunch, I go for the salad. If I need a snack, I'm eating an apple. These are foods that give me energy. You know the difference. And then I need to move. My job is very physically demanding, but I need to move and stretch. It just makes me feel better. So those are the action items that I'm gonna take within the span of my day to deliver the thing that I know I need. I hope you're starting to see how this is like a little chain reaction. You can't just dive in and take action and hope that it gets you what you need. Can you even answer the question what you need? If you can't, you need to start there. I know what I need. Isn't that great news? I know what I need. Okay, I've made a list. I know what I need. Now, what are the actions I need to take to make sure I get that? You need emotional connection? Great. You need to text or FaceTime someone every day. You need, I need a creative outlet. Great. We're going to cook something new on the weekends. I need to process my feelings. Great. You need to journal every morning. The need has an action, and you need to come up with action items to deliver those needs. Okay. On my little habit tracker here, routine builder, I listed all my action items. And now we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna look at our day. This is so exciting. I love making a list. Okay, I hope you're tracking with me. And if you have questions, please ask. I hope this isn't too confusing. Okay, when it comes to looking at our day, back to what I was saying in the beginning, normally we have these little like markers that mark when things start and when they end, but that's not what's happening right now. Our day is just this huge expanse of time when we're alone at home, and it's just wide open. It's too much time. It's too much. We don't have anything that's breaking it up. So we have to do the breaking up ourselves. And what I want to encourage you and what I want to show you that we've done on this routine builder, here, you can see it. I'll put it in front of my face. But we have broken up the day for you, not by time, because time, you can decide your own times. Times are relative and subjective. But everybody has kind of an early morning, a midday, an afternoon, an evening, and a night. These are general chunks of time that we all have in our day. It doesn't matter what time you wake up or go to bed. If you wake up at 10, then your early morning begins at 10. If you wake up at 5, your early morning begins at 5, whatever. Again, I'm not really fixated on the time of the day. I'm just dividing your day up into chunks for you. Within each day division, there are 4 lines that are open. And what I want for you is I want you to take those tasks that you listed out, the actions that you need to take, and I want you to start popping them into the places, different segments of your day. Okay, if you're at home with all of your children all day, then one of your major roles and responsibilities right now is caretaker of children at home. That's your job. That's your work. That's where you are spending the majority of your time. You need to view morning to probably the beginning of evening as you are showing up for work and your work is caring for your children. It is probably unrealistic for you to think, if you need quiet alone time, that it's going to happen in the middle of that day where you're taking care of children. Same for me. I am showing up at my physical job at 8 in the morning and I'm not leaving till 4. I am not journaling in the middle of my workday. So all these little tasks that need quiet alone time or require something of me that's not pertaining to my work, those don't get put in the middle of my workday. Those get put in the beginning or end of my day. And you need to see it the same way. We all have something that is dominating the hours of our day. It could be showing up on Zoom calls like my husband is for 8 hours to do his job. Well, he's not working out in the middle of that. He's having to work out at different times. Maybe it's caring for children. Maybe it's physically being present at a job. Maybe it's caring for other people. Whatever it is that's dominating, that counts as your work. You can't expect to do these self-giving kind of, nurturing tasks. So it helps to start to put your tasks in the framework of the chunks of your day. And the flip side is, don't do those other tasks until certain chunks of time come your way. For example, protect what you have outlined in each chunk. It will keep you mentally engaged in certain places instead of it all just bleeding together. That helps motivate me. I don't know if it helps motivate you, but it helps me to know, nope, I'm not going to show up and do that one particular task. That's an evening task. So I'm not opening Netflix right now and watching the next episode of The Crown. I get to do that in the evening. If I do it now, it's all bleeding together and that's not good. So be real judicious in where you put things and then stick to those tasks only within that chunk of time. Number 6 is to assign no more than 4 achievable tasks or responsibilities to each segment. There are not a lot of blanks on here for a reason. You need to be very realistic with yourself. You need to be gentle with yourself, and you need to set goals that are achievable and attainable. We're trying to live in reality right now, not some dreamland. So don't set yourself up for failure, set yourself up for success. Keep it real simple, and if you master that, great. Next week, try something new and more. Next, let's talk about this sheet. This box up here says everyday habits. You know your daily needs, but here are a few ideas to get you started. And we have put in here for you some things that we think everybody probably needs to do, which include drink water at least once during each segment of time during the day, eat something fresh every day. Just choose something that was alive at one point and eat it, and then get dressed. I'm gonna encourage you to get dressed. I know it sounds pointless. I know it's why bother? Get dressed. Get dressed. You can do the Hurley House uniform, which is really cute from the waist up, and then jeans and comfortable shoes from the waist down. That's how we all dress because we work on our feet, and it works. You have a sense of well-being, you look cute, you look put together, you're not wearing your pajamas all day. Even if it's yoga clothes, put on a cute yoga outfit, but get dressed every day. And then there are some blanks for you to fill in some other daily habits. Next, find a pandemic partner. That's right, find a pandemic partner. Okay, we are in this together, and creating connection community is essential in a time like this. I want you to find a pandemic partner who is also interested in establishing some routines and will help hold you accountable while you're doing this. Not in a judgmental, shameful way, but in a fun, partnering together way. What does this look like? It looks like asking someone who does not live with you at home. So it could be a coworker, it could be a sister, it could be your mother, it could be a friend, it could be anything. Someone that doesn't live in your home, and say, hey, I'm working on building routines. I want to check in with you every day and tell you how my day went, and then I want to hear about your day. Will you do this with me? And then you get to connect with someone every day. So we're going to be doing that here. Number 8, show up, do the work, live inside your routine builder. carry it with you and color in those boxes as you do it. You're gonna start to build positive traction. You're gonna see that you're doing the things you want. You know that these things deliver what you need, and it starts to build this sense of rhythm and routine, which we all need. These routines are not gonna just magically appear for you. And without some sort of plan or structure or scaffolding in place, you're gonna turn around and 2 more weeks are gonna have passed, and you could have been like drinking water and moving a little bit and connecting with others and building a sense of getting what you need instead of just floundering and wondering what in the heck you're gonna do with your 15-hour day. Let's do this. This is gonna be fun. So you're gonna show up. Don't forget to color it in. That's step 9. So we've made this like a little graph so that on Monday when you journal, you color in the little square for Monday journal, and then at the end of the week, you're gonna see the progress you've made. This visual representation is gonna remind you, even though you feel discombobulated, you're actually taking great steps toward being the person you need to be and getting yourself what you need. This is fantastic. And then the last step is to share all of this with your pandemic partner. And if you need a pandemic partner and you're not sure, none of your friends are interested in doing a routine, I'll be your pandemic partner. Let's show up together. Let's share our routine builders. We're kind of all doing this together here at Hurley House because we're all in the same boat. In fact, this whole topic came out of a conversation about how we're all feeling a sense of loss when it comes to routines. So we built this for you, but we also built this for us, and we're going to be participating in it, and I'd love for you to as well. Like I said, you can download your own routine builder worksheet and chart and support pages on the blog. Give us just a few minutes to get it up once we are done going live. My heart is that this is helpful. My heart is that in sharing where I am and speaking into ways that I'm making actionable change happen during this really unusual time, that it helps you somehow. That it connects us together. You don't feel as alone in this, and that we can continue to show up for others and ourselves in meaningful ways. If you have questions, I'd love to hear them. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.